So everything that I look for in a liberty horse is actually exactly the same as what I would look for in a riding horse. So I want them soft, as like Ian would say, soft in the jaw, soft in the sides. Really important that these things are all the same, whether I'm breaking one in or starting a new liberty horse or even a seasoned competition horse. I'm always looking for the same thing as I do in a liberty horse. So it's really important that I like most of my horses before I ever start them at liberty to be going as a riding horse, and as much as you can get done, because so if you get too many tricks done at liberty before they've learned to be a horse, like teaching them to rear or whatever it might be, it's actually going to bite you in the backside. So when you're asking for liberty, we either want them, a lot of the time you can make them yield their hind end, which is really cool. They makes them bring their front end around you, right? And the same, you'll be able to pick up the shoulders, move the hind end, like this. Good girl. You want to be able to draw them to you. But the shoulders are very, very important. If your horse, sometimes you'll see if a lot of liberty horses go around, their kind of head's really low and they're really bendy, and their hind end's washing out. In my opinion, you kind of want to be able to do that. But the more you can have them sit upright and they get their legs active. Good girl. Good girl. And if she's on her forehand a lot, I'll make her get backwards a little bit and make sure she sits. Good girl. And she's only new. She's had about 6 to 8 weeks training from start till now. So she's still learning, in my opinion. So the whips up means stop. Whips to here when I'm on the side. Oh wait, doesn't make me pay attention. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. And you better change direction. So you see here, I've got the whips along the side. I want to be able to stop and she stays profile to me. Like that. You want to be able to stop in front, and you want to be able to go backwards. Oh, good girl. And you probably notice I stay pretty close when they're early training. So it's really important that you don't try and get too much distance too early, because you'll teach them to not be drawn to you. You're better off keeping them closer rather than further away. Good girl. So they must be able to move around with the shoulders like so. Right? You see my blue whip is here out in the front, it's blocking. I try and phase that out like this as much as I can. But if she goes to walk forward past me, I can bring it and block her. Good girl, it must be the same both ways. So I'm very much making sure that they step around nice in the shoulders. So Sock Monster came to me, he's a dressage horse, bit of a failed dressage horse, which he's probably going to be get better at it in the end. Anyone think he's pretty too? Nobody likes him. You must be all quarter horse people. So, same deal. They must be good on the ground. So, Socks, when he first came to me, was clumsy as hell. Stood all over himself, got quite cranky when I was asking him to move his feet in a certain direction. So you can see that he's just pivoting on that back foot, right? He must be able to do that. Any dressage people who say, oh, he's grounding. I would like to be able to ground them, then make him active. Good, same deal. There, I want to make sure he's soft in the ribs, he's bending. You see, I've got quite short hold on him, but it's very soft. So, as you want to say, you want to make sure you can bend him like so, and drive him forward. So I use this as if I was breaking in a horse, I would be doing this, making sure he's good with my leg, like that. So if he wasn't bendy and soft like this and I was breaking him in, I certainly wouldn't get on him. Now he's realized that he's not connected to me, which is what I want to explain to people, is that once he realizes the holder's not on anymore, see, it means nothing. That all of this behavior turning away is not what I want. So now it's up to me to see if I can shape that behavior. Good boy. See if I can shape that behavior in the next half an hour. Good. So what I do is make sure I control the direction. Good, and I'll step back, want him to draw to me. He doesn't want to do it, so I'll keep driving him. And I'll ask him to draw to me again, and I'll keep driving him. And I give him this drive line right here, like that. And then I'll give him some space. Good, I'll give him his drive line just here, like this. Good, give him some space. See, now he wants to hook on. So just stand there and do nothing. Sometimes with the horse, sometimes the best thing you can just do is nothing. And so you see now, from what I had a second ago to now, he's not looking for the other horse, he's not looking to get out. So just let him soak it up. And the best thing you can do is just let him stand. In Catriona, that's called a release of pressure.
It's beautiful, it's beautiful.
All you're trying to do in this work is make him feel peaceful. And the only way you can really get a horse to feel peace is, one, giving him space, but active legs and a centered body is what's going to make a horse feel peaceful. And you could probably even ask yourself the question, oh, active legs, does that really make sense? Active legs will make a horse feel peace, because if the energy has somewhere to go and the legs can get active and they're not going far, that means the energy has somewhere to go. So otherwise they're going to run through the bridle or run away or whatever they're going to try and do. You can see that he's wanting to hook on. Now I'm going to try and bring him across here, but I've rammed the groundwork down his neck, so he's already operating to my body language. So if I give him some space here, he'll come around. Good boy. And it's kind of informal, like you'll see the liberty stuff we do with the whips, and it's quite formal. Right, this needs to be a little informal. All right, now, shoulders, good. Shoulders, good. Hind end. You've got two choices right now. You can either run away or yield his hind end. Now I'm putting too much pressure on him now. I just want him, I'll give him some more space. He'll come around a little more. So you see this, it's not really meaning much to him. He responds more to my body language. The whips don't mean much to him yet. So if I use my body language, then I'm going to try and phase the whip. Good boy. So you see him yield then? Good boy. So I'll bring him in again. Good boy, but I don't want him scared of him. So he's yielding, but I'm going to put him on him and let him know he's okay. Because if you get them too cautious about the whips, they get too jumpy. So you want to be always rubbing the whips on them, letting them know they're okay. Now I've never done live shows with liberty horses. I've only ever done the movie industry. So you'll see there's quite a little bit of a difference. Live shows will be more about them going around. Now that is very, very ever rarely required. I'll use the going around me to warm them up for a scene. So, but anything you use, it's always straight lines. Point A, point B, will come around a corner or something like that. Or they have to interact with an actor or something like that. But so really the circles, for me, it's a warm-up. Then the tricks come in. But see, he doesn't want to come there. I just give him some space. Very gently, I'll bring the whip up here. Rhythm, good boy. So you'll see sometimes I'll use give him some space. Good. So you see I pause a lot. So it's all in very small pieces. There, or good boy. See if I can get the shoulders. And you just get a little bit, and you tell them how beautiful they are. And you've got to get your hands on them and get the whips on them, because he's a little jumpy about the whips.